Okay, good day. I think I'm live. Busy readjusting my headset over there. But yeah, welcome to the digital marketing funnel and strategy webinar. I just want to give it a bit more time for everybody to come in. I see that we do still have quite a couple of people coming into this webinar, and I'm just going to give it a couple more seconds. So while we wait, why don't you just hit me up with a hi on the right-hand side of the screen? There's a comment section. Say where you're from. I just want to make sure that you can actually hear me inside this webinar. If you can't hear me, turn up your volume. Obviously, if you are watching this on a cell phone, you would have a bit of a problem with audio maybe from time to time. But if you do have a computer, I recommend just opening up the link on your computer so you can actually hear me out from that side. The other thing is that in this webinar, I'm going to teach you how a digital marketing funnel works and how it can actually benefit you to get more clients for your business, or if you've got a digital marketing agency yourself, how a digital marketing funnel can work. Other thing is, if you do hear any strange noises in the background, I am in our Dubai office at the moment, here in the Middle East. I'm actually flying back to South Africa very soon. And what will happen is that you might hear some noises from next door, and that is obviously because we've got a live meeting going on in one of our boardrooms with one of our clients. So please excuse the noises that you might hear. Now, before we get started with this webinar, I want to mention that I'm going to give you a downloadable template at the end of the day of this webinar. As soon as this webinar is complete, I will send you a PDF with this digital marketing funnel that you can obviously look at and study a bit, and it's going to be obviously about what we've just spoken about in this webinar. At the end of the webinar, I've also got a 4,500 Rands worth of bonus coupon. You'll have to obviously stay to the end of the webinar to actually be able to download this coupon. And this coupon will give you access to one of our complete digital marketing funnel programs we have online. So it's quite valuable. I mean, really, 4,500 in coupon is really not bad at all. So you're going to have to stay to the end of the webinar to obviously download that. I'm going to try and keep this webinar as short as possible. We're going to try and squeeze it into like 30 minutes or so. And also, if you do have any questions, please feel free. There's a comment section. I think it's on the right-hand side of the screen. Hit me up with a question over there. If I don't get your question inside of the webinar, I will get your question afterwards directly through email. But yeah, let's sit back and enjoy this webinar. I'm going to move straight over to one of the presentations that I've prepared for you guys. And we're going to learn how to build a very simple digital marketing funnel. And I'm also going to show you how valuable this funnel is and how you can actually generate new clients for your business, leads, and revenue at the same time. And this is one of the funnels we actually use in our company for a lot of our clients as well. So it's going to be quite beneficial for you, and you're going to learn quite a lot through that. So I'm going to readjust my glasses because they do seem to be slipping off my screen over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and move straight into that. I'm just going to access the template quickly. Okay, so let's have a quick look at an overview of what we're going to be focusing on inside of this webinar. So firstly, I'm going to show you how I generated 200,000 Rands worth of sales in about 30 days using a funnel. Next, what tools that I use. So I'm going to show you what two main tools I use to actually generate this sort of income. Next, how to build a digital marketing funnel. I'm going to take you step by step, and we're going to design a funnel, and I'm going to show you how this funnel actually worked and how I got to the 200,000 Rands worth of sales using this exact same funnel. Now remember that there is no exact funnel always. I always do discuss this with clients a lot of times, where there are different funnels. Everybody's got a different product out there. Everybody charges differently. Everybody's audiences are different that they're marketing to. So there are a couple of variables that are inside of a funnel, but the basic concept still remains. So it doesn't matter whether you are selling a product or service. I'm going to show you exactly how a funnel works, and you can obviously just adjust this for your own needs. Lastly, I'm going to be sending you, I'll email you the funnel in a template. So if you stay to the end of this webinar, I will send you that funnel. You'll have to obviously stay to the end because it's going to be a downloadable link. And then lastly, it's going to be the free 4,500 program coupon, which I will be able to send you as well. Remember, you're going to have to stay to the end of this webinar. Everybody that stays to the end of the webinar will be able to get this 4,500 coupon. It's completely free. So, I mean, there's no charge in it. You can download it and use it whenever you like. But you're going to have to stay to the end of the webinar to be able to download it, because it's going to be in a pop-up that's going to come up at the end of the webinar. So let's go ahead and move straight into the webinar. Okay, so the first things first, let's discuss how did I get to 200,000 Rands worth in sales. So let's move straight into that. So what I did was I created a basic funnel. I knew that I had to reach out to prospects out there. I knew how to basically get the brand out there, the product and services that I had to offer. And I actually sold a product and a service. So what I did was I'd sell courses online, and I would also sell a digital marketing service from where we actually helped our clients to generate or do their marketing for them. So the first thing we did, we built a Facebook ad. With this Facebook ad, I basically reached about 200,000 people. So this means impressions. It cost me about 8,000 Rand for the first month or so in ad spend. So that means I had this beautiful Facebook ad out there. 200,000 people were seeing the ad, and what happened from there onwards was 4,000 people clicked on the ad. So if you ever have been on Facebook or Instagram or something like that, and you've seen an ad for a product or service out there, and that is seen as an impression, if you had to click on that ad, that'll be known as a click. So let's just work on these numbers over here. 200,000 people saw the ad, only 4,000 of them clicked on the actual ad. Now the next step was, out of the 4,000 people that clicked on this ad, about 2,000 of them converted into a lead. So what I did was I had this ad out there, and this ad, people could actually give me their email addresses. And from there onwards was they could actually then sign up to either request a quotation from a company, or they could download a free brochure about our products and services. They could also then obviously enter our mailing journeys and things like that. I'm obviously going to speak about that a little bit later on. I'm just trying to give you the basic concept of how a funnel actually works. So if you look at the left hand side of here, this is the funnel. You've got the 200,000 at the top. We've now got 4,000 people who have clicked on the actual ad. After that, we've got about 2,000 people out of the 4,000 who have actually taken us up on the offer and said, you know, this product and service looks great. I would like to find out more about their products and services. And then our next step was 100 people out of the 2,000 people that converted into leads agreed to a sales call, meaning they either say, you know, hey, I would like you guys to give us a call and just explain to us a bit more about your services that you have, your products. We also had about 100 people or so go through onto the sales pages and things like that and look at the products and service that we had to offer. Now from that 100 people, 45 of them eventually bought a product, and this product that we sold was a service. We also had a course at about 5,000 Rand, and we only sold about 45 courses out of the 200,000 people that we reached. Now I know those numbers, when you look at this whole funnel from the top and you think of 200,000 people, that's a lot of people, but don't forget, only about 4,000 of them clicked on the actual ad. Only 2,000 of the 4,000 actually took us up and said, you know what, hey, I would like to learn more about the products. And only about 100 people eventually said, hey, I would like to agree to a sales call, or I would like to look at the product you guys have on the website. Altogether, in the conclusion of this was I spent about 8,000 Rand in 30 days. I generated about 2,000 new leads for the company, and out of the 2,000 new leads, 45 people eventually purchased one product each at the value of about 4,999 Rand. That, if you obviously multiply 45 by 5, say 5,000 Rand, you're going to get about 225,000 Rand in 1 month. So that is just a basic concept how a funnel works. Now it doesn't matter whether you've got a B&B, you've got a lodge out there, or you are selling a product online, or you've got a service. Let's just say you're a plumber and you've got a service, or you've got a consulting business. We all work the same. We need to get leads for our businesses. We need to be able to get onto a phone with somebody and basically tell them about our products and what we have to offer, and convince them over a period of time that what we've got to offer is what they need. And that is how a funnel actually works. It's all about just getting your brand out there, getting people to know who you are as a company, getting them to sort of start clicking and engaging with these ads that you've got, getting those people who have clicked on the ads to then sort of like give you a bit more information about themselves, and then out of those 2,000 people, get some people to sort of like agree to like a sales call, or to maybe view your products or services, or request a quotation from you. And then obviously it's up to you to convert a percentage of them into paying clients. Now that is how a funnel actually works. It's a very straightforward concept, and you know what, I've used this thing over and over again. I've been in marketing for about 10 years now, and I have never found anything that works better than a sales funnel. And these things are really, really powerful. And the key is to obviously set it up correct. Use tools. These are all automated systems. I mean, we use things like mailing systems. We use things like Facebook for our ads and things like that, and they work. And I actually just used Facebook for this ad. Facebook is so powerful that most people underestimate the power of Facebook and how many people you can actually reach out there. The main thing is that you've got to do it right. You've got to have a well-structured funnel. If there's some problem in your funnel, if one of the stages are broken, you'll be wasting money and you would not get these results. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the next section of this webinar. Now that you understand how a funnel works, actually, maybe I need to quickly mention, if you do have any questions, please just throw them out there. I've actually have seen some questions come in at the meantime. I haven't had any time to get back to them, but at the end of the webinar, I'll try and focus on some of the questions. And also, if I don't get to your questions right now, I will get your questions at the end of this webinar. I know I'm speaking fast. We are trying to get through to this webinar within about 30 minutes or so. So let's move on to the next section. Okay, so next we're going to look at the tools. What tools that I use to build this funnel with? So let's move into that. So actually I only use two main concepts or main tools for this whole process of building a funnel. The first thing I did, I needed Facebook. I needed to obviously have a Facebook business page. I needed to create ads on Facebook, and then obviously present my offer to the leads that I had out there. And then the other thing I needed was GetResponse. Now this is a different type of software to Facebook. This is where you actually build your funnel inside of. Now with GetResponse, they charge you about $15 per month, which is extremely cheap, and you're going to get a lot of value out of this. And inside of GetResponse, we will be able to build the complete funnel. We'll be able to build the landing pages we need. We will be able to set up the emails that'll be going out to our leads to nurture them, and we'll be able to build sales pages and pages where we can request a prospect or a lead to convert into maybe a paying client as well. So these are the two main tools that you need to create a funnel. So as you can see, it's not a lot. I mean, Facebook is pretty much free. All you got to do is pay for the ads that you're going to be running over there. GetResponse costs you about $15 per month, and you'll have a full complete funnel inside of GetResponse. The only thing you need is the skills to be able to build a funnel. So let's move into the next section of this course. I'll quickly show you what exactly is inside of Facebook and what we're going to be building inside of these two tools. So the first thing, if you look on the left hand side, is a Facebook ad. So inside of Facebook, once you've got a business page, you'll be able to create your Facebook ads. You'll be able to create multiple ads, and these ads lead to a landing page. Now I get a lot of people ask me, what is a landing page and what is a sales page? So a landing page is a HTML page which allows your lead to basically give you their contact information and become basically start the first steps of becoming a client of yours. They'll be able to put in their name, their email address, and they'll be able to request more information from you. So if you're giving away a free ebook, you'll be able to obviously request their information and they'll get the ebook book. If you were doing a quotation, same thing. If you had a lodge and you're basically running information about people requesting more information about the lodge, the rooms, you'll be able to send them an email saying, hey, these are our rooms of the lodge, this is what they look like, and it's all because you've got a landing page from where you can capture this information. At the right hand side, you've got an email automation system. Now both of the landing page and the email automation system is combined in GetResponse, so we'll be able to do both of these with one tool. And an email automation is a series of beautifully crafted emails that once your prospect gives you their information, let's just say they become a lead, you can then obviously reach out and contact them, and let's just say they don't get back to you or they don't purchase your products or services. What will happen is that your email automation will keep helping you to grow your brand, making sure they don't forget about your company, that the day that they are ready to purchase, they have not forgotten about you and they'll know where to reach you with these emails. And obviously there is a skill behind writing these emails, and the program that we do at Rust Digital Marketing, one of the online programs that we actually give, we teach our students on exactly how to craft the right emails that actually convert leads into clients eventually. We also teach obviously how to build these landing pages and use GetResponse. We teach people how to build the Facebook ads. We actually teach somebody how to build the complete funnel from beginning to end. But in this webinar, I just want to give you a basic concept of the tools you need, and you can actually obviously try this out yourself from your side and build this funnel. And obviously there's quite a lot of learning that's involved, but the thing is, within this webinar, I'm going to give you a concept on what you can actually use to build your very own funnel. So now I feel we've pretty much covered all the tools over here, and as you can see, there's not much. Facebook, GetResponse, I've explained exactly how the ads work, the landing pages, and the email automation works. Next thing, we are going to start diving straight into building this funnel. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is building the actual funnel. Now I'm going to be using some software over here on this side on how to structure out a funnel, and the exact funnel that I use to generate 225,000 rands worth of revenue is this funnel that you're looking at right now. I'm going to show you what steps need to be in place and how we're actually going to get to that stage of generating the 225,000 Rand. So as you can see on the right hand side at the bottom there, just above the simulation button, you will see a main revenue, monthly revenue of 226,000 Rand. So this is the exact funnel that I used. Now you might not have this type of software, and I don't want you to stress about that. Don't worry, because obviously you can use a pen and paper, you can use PowerPoint, and you can obviously use a whiteboard. So back in the day, before I actually had software, I've obviously been doing funnels for about 8 years right now. I used to just use a pen and paper. I used the biggest sheet of paper I could find, and I would sketch out the journey that I want my prospect to go onto. I would say the starting point would be a Facebook ad. The next thing would be, what is the next step for my lead to be? You know, they need to obviously become a lead, they need to fill out a form. So then I'll create or basically draw out a form saying, hey, this is the form. The next thing would be, okay, now there will be a phone call. So that is the basic concept of the funnel. Now, if you look at what I used pen and paper at the start. Then later on, I moved over to using PowerPoints. I could also use whiteboards at one stage. So I had a big whiteboard in my office, and I would actually just use like sticky notes and Cokie pen and just match up all these stages. And a digital marketing funnel is about messing around with these lines, meaning if I find that my ad is working, but my leads aren't converting on the form that I want them to complete, I would redraw out the funnel, and I'll just make a couple of more changes to it. I'll basically say, you know what, let's move this part of the funnel from this stage to that stage, and we moved it around. And the more you move around these things and develop a funnel that actually works, the more successful your business is in converting prospects into new paying clients. So let's go straight into the actual funnel next. Okay, so I've actually just turned off the air conditioning. I had some people complaining that there was some noise in the background, and the air conditioning is off at the moment. So yeah, I might get a little hot at the moment, yeah, but it should be fine. At least the sound seems to be a bit more clear on my side. Hopefully it is clear on your side as well. So yeah, what I want to do next is I want to show you guys how to actually create the funnel now. What you can do on your side is obviously grab your pen and paper that you've got over there and follow along. It's all about, the basic concept is about designing like a roadmap. So what you want to do is get your prospect from a starting point to an end point. And you obviously can't get to that end point without having a clear roadmap to where you want to go and all the pit stops you want to do along the way, the information you want to gather to eventually convert your prospects into paying customers. So let's have a look at this at the moment. I'm going to actually zoom in here a bit. So if we look at the top of here, my channels are like Facebook, it's my Twitter, it's the LinkedIn, Google, Instagram. And what that means is that is the vehicle we're going to use to actually reach out to people and get them into our funnel. Without these tools, we actually cannot make this work, or at least one of them. You don't need to use all five, but I'm actually just going to use Facebook for this example. So what I've actually done is I've turned off these other channels, and I've only left Facebook. So as you can see at the top over here, this is a paid Facebook campaign. So what I mean by paid campaign is we're going to run ads, much like I've showed you there in the beginning, where we created a Facebook advertise or a Facebook ad. That is what we're going to use to generate traffic to our landing page. So these two blue blocks at the bottom over here is our landing page. So what you can do on your side is draw a block and just call it your Facebook ad. Inside your Facebook ad, you can obviously say, you know what, this is what you're going to spend on marketing for 30 days. You're going to spend like 1,000 Rand, or you're going to spend 10,000 Rand, or upwards, depending on how much you can obviously spend. Just remember, the less you spend on your ads, the less people you reach. And sometimes it actually becomes more expensive the less you spend, because your competitors will get priority over your ads, because you're obviously not the only one competing for the attention for your clients out there. So make sure that you at least spend, I wouldn't spend less than anywhere from say 3,000 Rand per month to 1,000 Rand. Keep it at that. And that should give you plus minus about 30 to 40,000 impressions. The impressions, like I've said before, are the amount of times people will see your ad. So let's just say I'm going to actually remove these other channels over here. So let's just remove them. Great. So as you can see over there, I've got this ad running. I'm going to reach about 200,000 people with this ad. So I've actually put that in. So let's just have a quick look over here. You can see the top over here, I've got Facebook campaign, and I've got entry point 1, and I've got 200,000 people that I want to reach. Out of these 200,000 people, I'm going to get 4,000 of them to click on the ad and then obviously land on this page. And on this page is going to be my offer. It's going to be something like, hey, download a free worksheet, or hey, request a free quotation from our company.
That is obviously what you're going to be using in your get response, your system. So in get response, you're going to be obviously be able to build this. But right now, we are just designing a flow funnel. We want to have a starting point, and we want to have an end point to where somebody pays for our service. So currently, we've got the ad running, we've got the landing page, and this is going to be the offer. Out of these 4,000 people that click onto this ad, 2,000 of them convert into a lead. This could be a lead from, like I said before, somebody downloaded something or requested a quotation. Now, from there, what happens is they get a thank you page. Now, this is automatically what you'll be able to design in Get Response. You'll be able to design a thank you page and a landing page. On one of our programs that we obviously have, where we teach people how to build their own funnels, we actually teach them how to use Get Response at the same time. We teach them how to build these pages and obviously make sure they can convert into leads for them. So the next step, what I've done now is I've drawn a line between these two, and I've drawn two lines now. One that's going to lead to a phone call and one that's going to lead to emails. So I've got an email series at the bottom over here, and these are all automated emails. It'll be impossible for me to manually send each lead an email, because obviously there are going to be like 2,000 people that come into this mailing journey, and I can't send out 2,000 emails manually. And that is where we're going to use Get Response, and we're going to use the email automation system. We're going to build a series of emails with links into them, and that'll automatically trigger once somebody signs up to become a lead. So you don't actually have to manually be sending these emails. Now back to the top over here. What I'll do with this first stage, I've got this, let me see if I can actually move it. It's fine. So what happens over here is I'm going to send people to a phone call. So each person that requests a quotation, I'm going to jump on the phone and I'm going to obviously tell them a bit more about our company, what do we have to offer. I might go out for a quotation, or I might give them a quotation through the phone, or I might email them a quotation. And that's only like 80% of people. Let's just say there's 20% of people that I don't get through to. You know, I've phoned them, they're not picking up the phone, they're not getting back to me. That's fine. What I'm going to do now is a day afterwards, I'm going to let my email automation send them an email. Each one of these emails are beautifully crafted with a message inside it, telling them a bit more about the company. So let's just say I've got a game lodge out there, and I want to explain to them how beautiful the rooms are, what the benefits of these rooms are, you know, what bedding we use, what they can see at the game lodge. Or let's just say I'm a plumber, I would like to show them, or let's just say I'm using this as an example as like a company that refurbish wooden floors. I will show them before and after photos inside of these emails. And 10% of people inside each one of these emails will click and they'll go to, which is known as a sales page. So a sales page is something where somebody can actually go and purchase something online. So they might decide, you know, I would like to purchase your services. I've seen what you guys have to offer. I'm really happy with that, and I would like to purchase it. And what happens is, let's just say our product's like 5,000 Rand value. 5% of them will convert into a paying client. So they'll place an order with you, and that'll mainly give you like 26,000 Rand worth of sales. Now, if I look at the phone call at the top over here, this phone call as well gave me 200,000 Rand worth of sales, because what happened was I made a couple of sales. 30% of people that have got through to the phone purchased the product. The people that didn't purchase the product, what happened to them? They automatically flowed back into my sales funnel, and they got to see the sales page at a later stage. Because remember, not everybody that you're going to pick up the phone is going to purchase from you on day one. They first want to learn a bit more about your company, what you have to offer, what your services are, what your refund policies are, maybe what your benefits, your products and services are at the same time. So don't expect everybody to buy from day one. And there's also going to be a large percentage of people that will never buy from you, and you need to obviously make peace with that, and that's fine. We want to make sure that we can sell to the people that are interested in the product, who eventually want our product and service and are going to see benefit in our products and services. So if I look at the funnel now, what you can do is draw up a block that says that's your sales page, or that is going to be your phone call from where you're going to have your sales pitch. And you can actually, inside these blocks, you know, just draw up like a basic what I'm going to discuss with this prospect. You know, what benefits am I going to explain to them before I get to the quotation. At the bottom, if you had to draw a straight line to your emails, this same thing applies. If you had to draw out, say, let's say how many emails are here? There is a total of, say, 5 emails. Each email gets sent once a week. What is going to be in this email? And then, you know, let's draw a little block and just put a header in, like a subject line. What is going to be in this email? Block number 2, what's going to be in this email? A subject line. And obviously, you don't want to give somebody the same content over and over again. You want to make it different. You want to make it exciting, because the more people open up these emails, the more people are going to click, and the more people are going to end up on your sales page, and the more clients you're going to get at the end of the day. I just want to actually just run this simulation here quickly. Just give me a quick second. Perfect. That's actually going to line up for our next discussion. So what happens now is I've got these lines where I draw basically a line between each email. Now I can actually go ahead and say add more emails. So what I could do is copy this email. Let's just see if I can actually copy it over, and I can bring it in and say, you know what, I'm now going to introduce a 6th email. And this email will also have a total of, say, 7 days. Let's just put that as 7 days. I'm going to draw a line between these two, and I'm going to say that email links up there. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just saying that, so I'll move that around. There we go. All I'm saying is that this is not the last email. 7 days after this email, you'll get another email. And this email, once again, what does this email do? We might as well take it up and say, well, at this email, let's do something different. Let's add another sales call into this journey. So let's just say we duplicate our sales call, bring that in, and connect it to over here at the bottom. So now we've got an email that requests somebody, basically places out an offer saying, hey, would you like a phone call with us, with one of our consultants, to explain to you guys the products and services that we have. Remember, the only time somebody would leave this journey is when they become a paying client. If they don't become a paying client, they will remain on this email journey, and they'll keep being pushed back to your website. They'll get more information about the products and services. They've got an option. They can either purchase from you or they can opt out, meaning each one of these emails has an unsubscribe button from where they can leave this journey. So that's just a basic idea. Now, this journey alone, let's just zoom out a bit. I'm actually just going to remove this last step over here. I'm going to remove that email, that one there. This journey alone over here, let's just move that back in, generates about 226,000 Rand in revenue with this process, and it's doing it constantly, meaning it's running 24/7. This obviously, I push money into this thing every month. I don't stop. I mean, there's no point in me stopping with it because it's working, and the system is getting better with time, because what happens is over a period of time, I'm learning what emails are working, which emails are not working. I'm improving the content because more people are seeing the ad, more of them are flowing through, more of them are becoming clients. And each time I engage with somebody through a process, I'll either change the funnel a little bit, I'll make some adjustments to the content, and then what will happen is each new person that comes in will get a better version of the funnel. They'll get better emails. I'll increase the sales page, saying put a video on there, or I might write the sales page a little bit different, or I might add a bonus coupon or something on there. So that all increases the chances of creating more revenue. So if you look at the right hand side over here, I have spent 8,000 Rand, as you can see at the top over here, in marketing. I have paid about 4 Rand per lead. To make a sale, it cost me about 14 Rand, and the total revenue was 226,000 Rand in 1 month. My profit margin was 217,000 Rand. So remember, I've deducted obviously my cost of my get response. I've also deducted the cost of my ads that I run for the 8,000 Rand, and I've got 217,000 Rand worth of revenue right now. That's a brilliant return on investment, and that just goes to show how well a digital marketing funnel can work for your business. And there's multiple different funnels. I mean, not every business is always the same, but I have found that this straightforward little funnel that you're looking at right now works, and it works extremely well. We've obviously built multiple complicated funnels that obviously extend past this and actually generate more revenue, but obviously that is a bit more complicated, and that's for another webinar and another day. But this was just to show you how well a digital marketing funnel can work for your business. And also, I mean, we do courses on this all the time. We do programs where we coach people on how to build their own funnels. We also do this for a lot of our clients, and obviously when we do this for a lot of our clients, we obviously do charge quite a bit because there's a lot of work for us to do this. But you know what, it's not that hard to learn how to do it on your own. With the right coaching and the right program on hand, you can actually get this right yourself. So hopefully this is quite helpful. And even if you've got any questions, once again, just hit me up in some questions in the comment boxes there. But I want to move on next to the 4,500 Rand coupon that I've got for you guys on how to download it. So let's go and move straight into that. Okay, so I've actually left the best for last. So what we've got at Rust Digital Marketing, we've got this coupon, and now this coupon's only available for people that have actually watched the webinar and things like that. So we don't give this coupon just freely out to anybody that's on our Facebook page and things like that. So, and it's also only available right now. After this, we obviously, you will not be able to access the coupon again. So if you do see this coupon come up and if you got this far in the webinar, I just want to thank you obviously for watching but this is our way of also saying thank you, and by giving you this coupon. And the only thing to get this coupon is we've got a quick 2-minute survey that we want to ask you a bit more about your company, how you've been doing digital marketing, how your experience has been in the webinar, and it's only going to take like 2 minutes. So if you could do this quick 2-minute survey for me, it'll really help. And like I said, after the survey, you'll be able to get this free coupon with 4,500 Rand, which will be able to help you get access to this digital marketing program that we have online. And like I said before, it's only available for people who took part in the webinar. So, I mean, you would not be able to access this coupon again, unfortunately. So it's only for the webinar participants. And I really hope that you take me up on this offer and grab this coupon while you can. It's going to be valid for at least a couple of days. So once you have this coupon, you'll be able to use it if you want to. And the survey as well will take like 2 minutes. And I really look forward to hearing your feedback on the survey and how the webinar was as well. But thanks again for watching, and I've really enjoyed my time with you. And like I said, I'm actually going to go back now and look at all the questions that came through, and I'll reply to the questions in email. So please look out for an email that you will receive from me if you did ask a question inside the webinar. And yeah, thanks again for watching the webinar, and I'll see you guys soon.